Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm John.
And we're here to review the ICAN Coaching Model.
The ICAN Coaching Model is used consistently. Coaching helps employees develop the skills and acquire the knowledge they need to succeed.
As a result, customers enjoy the best possible experience in store, and our bottom line results in the key performance metrics, or KPIs, improve.
And your sales associates benefit by better engagement due to positive and confident coaching interactions.
Coaching to the MetroPCS sales behaviors is critical to the success of the business.
The ICAN Coaching Model is the way you support the MetroPCS experience. Sales and behaviors and coaching is expected from all MetroPCS leaders.
ICAN is an acronym that stands for Identify, Communicate, Agree, and Next Steps.
ICAN can be used to recognize and celebrate what associates are doing well.
And it'll provide targeted skills or knowledge needed to be more effective.
You don't have to be a coaching expert or have years of management experience to use ICAN.
By learning the simple steps of ICAN, you can quickly and easily work with your employees right away to help them realize their full potential.
And here's how it works. 1. Identify behaviors by observing and listening. 2. Communicate by sharing your observations in a collaborative way. 3. Agree on actions for improvement. And 4. Set the next steps. We'll learn more about each step, but first...
What do we mean by a behavior? John, since coaching is based on observing behaviors, it's important to distinguish between a behavior, results, and judgment.
Actually, a behavior is an observable activity, something you can see or hear.
Some examples are, even though you were on the phone when that customer walked in, you smiled and greeted her.
You asked open-ended questions to determine what the customer needed.
A result is an outcome. It may be what happened because of a behavior, but it's not a behavior.
Some examples would be, you added 2 new lines to the customer's account.
The customer bought 2 new accessories.
A judgment is a conclusion drawn about someone's motivation, attitude, or state of mind based on the behavior that we observed. The judgment may be perfectly reasonable, and it may even turn out to be correct.
But it's not something that can be objectively determined by watching and listening. Like,
you didn't seem very interested in that customer.
You must have been out late last night.
And so now let's take a look at each step of the ICAN coaching model.
The first step is to identify behaviors by observing and listening. This is the most important step. If we don't know what they're doing or the difference between what they're doing and what they should be doing, we can't coach effectively. Some examples are, I noticed in the last customer conversation that...
I observed this morning.
During my last observation, I saw...
Communicate in a collaborative way that leads to buy-in from the sales associate. If you want an individual to improve a behavior, then clarify expectations.
Make sure they know what they are expected to do and why. Help them identify what they need to do differently and why it's important. If you want to reinforce or recognize a behavior, it is important to identify specifically what the individual did well and the result.
Some examples are...
This is important because...
If we don't take this step...
This supports sales by...
You should feel successful because...
Next, you gain agreement on actions for improvements because most people are resistant to change. This is important when you want someone to do something differently.
To help build agreement, try focusing on the value of the behavior and tying it to the importance of the job, the customer, or MetroPCS.
Some examples are, would you agree that it is important?
What is the impact to you if...
What would you say this approach has been successful for others?
Tell me how this could improve your results. Finally, the last thing is to set the next steps.
You can do this by making suggestions or asking questions.
You can also do a learning activity, role play, or skill practice.
The next step should have an immediate or short-term focus. The next step is about what's going to happen right now or in the near future in order to have the most powerful impact.
Such as, I'll look for you to do that with your next customer.
Try this with every sale today.
Let's make that a consistent step between now and our next meeting.
Let's practice that skill until you're comfortable.
Then I'll observe you with the next 3 customers.
And that's it.
To summarize the ICAN coaching model, ICAN stands for Identify, Communicate, Agree, and Next Steps.
Use the ICAN coaching model to coach sales behaviors.
Using this model is critical to success and is expected from all MetroPCS leaders.
Good luck!
See ya!